Alright, what's up? It's me, Cyanide, back with another video. Today I'm going to be doing a mock draft of the first two rounds of the NFL draft. This is my second mock draft I'm doing. I've since researched players a lot more. Different things has come back. The combines happened, free agencies happened. Players are falling in different places, and my opinions about certain players have changed. So, without further ado, I'm going to jump into this. I think I'm going to do one more mock draft. And I'm also going to do a Chicago Bears only mock draft as well. And then I'm going to do like one more Chicago Bears draft after that. I'm basically going to do like a draft like a week or a few days before the actual draft. But without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to do no trades. I'm going to assume no one's trading anything. There's rumors that the Giants are going to trade to get the first pick. Good luck with that. Tennessee needs a QB too, man. There's only one QB, and I think Tennessee should take it. So yeah, let's start this draft. I am not going to change this. I think Cam Ward's the number one pick in this draft. I think Abdul Carter's better. I think Travis Hunter's better. I even think Mason Graham is better, or Genty's better, but quarterbacks win championships, man, and I think Cam Ward has a lot of potential. I give him kind of like this Steve. I think he's like McNair. I think McNair is the pro comparison for him. I think he has a really high ceiling, decent floor, should be a starter right off the gate. And hey, maybe he just ends up being the next Jameis Winston, but I hope not. I really like the physicality of him, and I know that's like now if you just look at physicals for a QB, you look like an idiot because then you end up drafting Anthony Richardson, but that's without a case. So yeah, we're going to go Cam Ward here at 1. Now, Cleveland is in an interesting situation. They could go Shedeur right now. But here's my take on Shedeur. If he's not drafted by one of these, like, 1 through 3 teams, he's going to fall to the second round. Because there's going to be some teams that I think would rather take Dart over him. And I think Dart is the number 2 QB in this draft. I see some analysts agreeing with me, some not, some saying that they're real close. But I don't think either of them are first-round picks. Not really. I do think there's a possibility that a team does get that first-round pick and goes with one of them because they're desperate for QBs. But if you're Cleveland, dude, you guys are going to suck for a good hot minute. And I don't think they go Abdul Carter here. I think they go Travis Hunter. I think they go... I think because of the foot injury, you could be scared off of Abdul Carter. And then you go him. Now, the Giants are in an interesting situation. They need a QB. They need a lot of things. I think you just go next best player. They need edge rush. They did not have too many good pressures last year. They do already have a pretty good defensive lineman, but hey, if they can make that defensive line better and add somebody like Abdul Carter to that roster, and I think that they should attempt to tank for next season as well, do it. Abdul Carter. The 4th pick, I think the Giants. The Patriots could go for a couple of things, but I think Will Campbell's the best fit for them. They need a line. They need to protect their new young QB. They could go Membao here too, but I think I still stand by that Will Campbell's the superior offensive lineman. Mason Graham. I think that one's just an obvious pick. Here they could go Genty, here they could go Tet, here they could go Will Johnson. And I think those are the 3 options for the Raiders. Even though I'm a diehard Bears fan, and even though I do think the Raiders will fuck this up, or not fuck this up, but will go like maybe Tet here or Will Johnson, I think their best pick is still Genty. I know Raiders fans want Genty. But Will Johnson's still a super solid pick, and I'm gonna ponder for a second, and I might change this later. But yeah, they should just go Genty here. I want Genty as a Bear, but I'm gonna try to be not too crazy with this. I think if you're the Jets, you need somebody to help out. I think you need to protect... I don't know, I think you just go next best player here. You don't need a corner. You don't need Shedeur. I think they should try the Justin Fields experiment and not draft a Shedeur Sanders. because I think he's also an experiment. So I think one experiment at a time is enough. Just go Membao. I think is a bit overrated, so I actually do think they should go Tyler Warren here. I just, I just have this feeling about him. He feels like a Brock Bowers. He feels like maybe not like a Gronk, but like he's a do everythinger. Like I think that dude's a stud. I think Tet is the perfect place. Sorry, I think Carolina is the perfect place for Tet. McMillan is a fucking stud. He's a big fucking dude. He is a perfect wide receiver for a team that their best wide receivers old Adam Thielen. So, and they need help with Bryce Young. I think they'd be a good pairing. Um, I think you go next best available player if you're the New Orleans Saints, but I think you need to go a playmaker, and I think you go Will Johnson or Jalen Walker here. And in my opinion, I mean, you look at the division, and it's like this team just drafted Tet. Um, the uh, the God damn it! Why am I forgetting names? The Falcons have their receivers that you want to lock down. Of course, you want to lock down Mike Evans and Godwin. You get Will Johnson here. I don't think you can go wrong with Will Johnson. Chicago is in an interesting situation. But if this is like this, I do like Mike Green a lot, but I think some of these edge rushers are a bit dodgy. I don't think Membao's dodgy, and it's like, whoa, so you're going to have a backup tackle? I think you could start over not right, but over our, other tackle. I don't think I think he's good, but I think Membao could beat him for the starting position, and I like Membao for the long term. So, like, I'm not too high on Michael Williams. I'm not too high on Jalen Walker. Shamir Stewart's fine. I know we need edge rushers, but like, I like building a line over D line. I'm weird. You could also go Walter Nolan here. I like Walter Nolan a lot. But I think you go Membao. I think if Genti's not here, you go Membao. Or there are like mock drafts that have Mason Graham dropping this far, and I hope he does, but he probably won't. I'm gonna go Membao. Next is San Francisco. They say Shadur. I think they should still stick with Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers is better than taking a risk on Shadur. Actually, I think this is the team that goes Walter Nolan. I think Walter Nolan or Kenneth Grant would be good here. Edge would be good. Kelvin Banks would be all right. But I think Walter Nolan's more of a for sure guy. So I think he should be drafted there. Dallas just kind of gets what they can get here. I think it's too early to draft a running back. I could see them go running back here. I could see them going Matthew Golden here. But dude, you guys need some help for Parsons. He's doubled a lot. And maybe some help with the O-line. I would think Kelvin Banks is the move here. Miami needs a lot of things. I think they need an edge rusher. Let's go Jalen Walker. Indianapolis also needs a lot of things. But I think defense wins championships. And you know what? Go for Shamar here. Atlanta needs a dog. They need a dude that might be a little bit of a risk, but I think he's going to be a dog right off the bat, and I think he could be like their... I don't think he's better than Michael. They go Mike Green here. Arizona. They need a lot. They need an edge rusher. This is when all the edge rushers should fall in the draft, in my opinion. This team needs a safety. Their secondary always gets burned. Jade Barron could be good here too. I originally would go Malachi Starks, but Jade Barron is a stud. Now Seattle just got a QB. They just got. I don't think they need a QB anymore. I think they go next best player. I think that they should try to pair another receiver, a young receiver, Or maybe get a defensive lineman. This is an interesting team because I think this team is going to be bottom 5 next season. I really like Matthew Golden, but I also like Kenneth Grant a lot. I think they go Kenneth Grant there. Tampa Bay, they're in kind of a luxury position where they're like right on the edge. They could go Malachi Starks. They could go a lot of things. They could go Campbell here. I don't think they go Shadur. This is what I mean. Shadur's gonna fall super far. Yeah. I think they just go Campbell here. Just get a linebacker. Fill that position. Loveland is perfect for Bo Nix. Matthew Golden also would have been good here. Here's the thing is they don't have a second round pick, and I think Jackson Dart is better than Shadur Sanders. Sorry. Now you go to the Chargers. Chargers could go a lot of things there, but they are getting burnt in the secondary. They could also go James Pierce. Pierce is a great pick, but Malachi Starks is a perfect pick for them. They are in a division with Mahomes. They are in a conference with Josh Allen and other guys. And then the passers on the Raiders just got better. The Broncos are, of course, great with Bo Nix. They need Malachi Starks. That's where that guy should go. That guy going to 22 is kind of insane because I'm pretty high on him. It's just like other positions are more important and need to be filled by these other lesser teams. Green Bay could go a lot here. I think they get their true wide receiver 1 here, and they get their true wide receiver 1 for... I mean, he might not start as wide receiver 1. He's probably going to be wide receiver 2 or 3. But... I mean, they've been getting a lot of wide receivers in the offseason, so them going Matthew Golden here might not make sense. So I think they just go edge. They just go James Pierce. I think that's the smart decision. Minnesota needs a wide receiver. They need a lot of things. They could go depth, but I think... I mean, they're in a weird position because they kind of need a QB, but they also kind of don't. I think they should stick with JJ. Fuck it, just invest in the... I don't know. There's a couple things that they could go here. They could go Matthew Golden. They could go... Their safety is getting old. And they could just put him at the other safety position. So, there you go. They need O-line. And I think Josh Simmons is that O-lineman that they need. Rams... They could use wide receivers. They could use Harmon. They could use a lot of guys. Booker could be good here too. They could go QB. They could go Shadur, but I think they just hope that they suck the season after this season and then they get a QB later on. I think they play the long game with QB. I don't think Shadur's really worth it. Yeah, Shadur's still on the board. He's the quote-unquote 4th best player in this draft. Yeah, my fucking dick he is. You know what? You go next available player. They're on the verge of a championship. You go Matthew Golden here. Baltimore's in an interesting position. They could go wide receiver here too. They could go Amari Hampton here. I think they go wide receiver. Or did they go... Do they go Harmon or wide receiver? I think they go wide receiver. Detroit's a team that could go Harmon. Detroit could also go Tyler Booker, but I think they go Harmon here. Washington needs running backs. They need edge rushers. They need a defensive tackle. But I do think that they go running back here. I do think Amaron Hampton is a perfect fit for their offense. They need a youthful running back, man. They need somebody that isn't kind of washed at that position. Maybe they could have went Luther Burden, but oh well, I already made my decision. I think they get an edge here. I think they go him here. They need to fill that guard position, man, and Gray Zabel fits perfectly here. I think Gray Zabel would be kind of a steal at 31. It's just not many teams need inside offensive linemen. If you don't know anything about him, he's played pretty much everywhere on the offensive line. He's a stud. From North Dakota State, Gray Zabel, picked by the Chiefs. Of course, the Chiefs get Gray Zabel. Why the fuck wouldn't they? They could go a lot of things here. They're kind of a team that just feels stacked right now. Do they just keep building through? Do they get another? I think they just get an edge here. I think yeah, they get an edge. They get scored. Cleveland did not get a QB in the first round. Welcome to the team, Shadur Sanders. See what I mean? Like they could go Hunter, and then later on they still get Shadur, and they can try him because right now they have Pickett. And honestly, I think you start Winston and you put Milrow as the backup, and that's my take. Ears would be interesting too, but no. You already have Cam Ward. You give Cam Ward a dog. You give Cam Ward a dude. I think Revel's good too, but I think you give him Luther Burden. I think Luther Burden would be a great rookie to pair with him. Next, you go to offensive tackle. I think you just maybe it's the line. Maybe it's the offensive line. Why Trevor Lawrence fucking sucks. Maybe that's what the thing they need. Actually, give Trevor Lawrence one more season. Why not? He did show flashes of greatness, so fuck it. And here's the thing: is they could have went, but now they get Siobhan Revel, who isn't. I mean, okay. The dude they could have picked at 6 is much better. Johnson's still better, but I think Revels is still a good pick. It's still a player that you can be proud of. They can still be great. This is where a lot of cornerbacks probably will go. They need a corner too. They did not get Hunter, and I think Campbell was just too good to pass up on. This is like one of those you just kind of just pick a cornerback of who. This is kind of a vibe, but I like Trey Amos. I do. This is where the Bears kind of get a luxury pick, because they went Membel. They already invested on the line. And honestly, this is interesting. So they could go RB here. They could just go Judkins here. They could go Caleb Johnson here. I'm not one of those people that is low on Caleb Johnson. They missed out on Amori. Of course, the fucking Redskins. The football team. Oh, Commanders. Fuck. The Commanders took him. They could go defensive lineman. No. Dang, this is kind of a weird pick. Maybe you trade this pick. Who's available for edge rushers? Landon Jackson's still a good pick. I'd go Landon Jackson. They already went Will Johnson. I think you just invest on the next best player, and I think that's Tyler Booker. See, this is when the Bears go for depth. They get Donovan Jackson. Actually, I would go Darius Alexander. You kind of get somebody that's good now. And then, if I'm the Jets, I would give Justin Fields another alignment. Give him Mercy. Next, you go cornerback. You can go a lot of things here if you can go Jack Sawyer here. But I think Maxwell is good here. If you're the... No, I think you go running back here. I think you go Judkins if you're the Cowboys. Colts could go a lot of things. I think they should go corner. But they did have a really pressured... Actually, yeah. I don't know. Benjamin Morrison is really good, and so is this. So is Thomas. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. I've always failed at pronouncing it. Frick. Xavier Watts would also be good. Sure, give your piece of shit QBs a better chance. Atlanta, you just go next best player. I think they're the ones that go Benjamin Morrison. Yeah. Arizona, next best player. You're gonna get a good cornerback anyways. I think you need to invest in secondary. I think you go Xavier Watts if you're them. They already got Barron. They could go edge. They kind of just missed out on secondary again, but they could go defensive line. They don't like to invest in anybody but receivers and QBs because they're stupid. I guess you go defensive lineman, you go Williams. Or Sawyer. Williams or Sawyer? Assuming they keep their guy, they go Williams. See, now Seattle can get Sawyer. They could also go receiver here. No, I don't think you skip on Jack Sawyer. Also, they literally have two picks from now. Screw it. Just go running back, I guess. Their wide receivers aren't too bad. You go running back here. And then this is where you get a wide receiver. You go Trey Harris as well. You can go inside a lineman. Yeah, you go the Stanford guy. And I think you go Princely here. I like Princely a lot more. Screw it. You get Trey Harris. You still get a decent wide receiver. And you get some help for your star QB. And I think I'm almost done. I think I only have a few more picks. Alright, I'm back. My cat was trying to break in. You go a lot of things here. I think you just strengthen, because it's just... no, I think you jump and get Jaden Higgins. Fuck it. And then you just get the next best available player. I think you go edge, though. I think that guy's still better. Kind of a luxury pick for them. Their defense is already stacked. I think you invest in that offensive line some more and get M'Bow. However fuck you pronounce his name. I don't think I just like calling him M'Bow. I will probably never call him by his right name. You go tight end here because their tight end dropped one fucking pass. I can understand that rationale, actually. I get that shit. This is really only the first 2 rounds because it's going to pick 64. Yeah, I think so. Okay, cool. Oh shit, where's the... I guess I just pick a... Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens! Yeah, screw it. You just get the next best guy for a position you need. And you can go a lot of things. Tate Radlich is pretty good. Bach is good. Jalen Noel. I do like Jalen Noel. Isaiah Bond. Pretty good. QB! No. But, yeah, Porter's pretty good, too. Is Alfred Collins a reach? I don't think so. Didn't they just lose their guy? Why the fuck would they not want to... I'd go Alfred Collins here. I think that's a great pick. Yeah, you go Sanders. I think this would be a really good place for Caleb Johnson to go. You know what? I don't agree with these suggested picks. I think they go Caleb Johnson here. So they went Gray Zabel and Caleb Johnson. God fucking damn it. God damn it. And then you just get depth. You get, honestly, Tate Radlich is the depth position. I think that's it. Alright, thanks for watching. Subscribe.